All right, all right, all right. Transparency in the chair, let me tell you, has nothing to do with hair, but stories that derive from the chair.
My name is Rae. My co-pilot is Kay. We are two hairstylists with over 50 years of combined industry experience, ownership, platform artistry, salon education, and mentorship. We are both two sages that have stories to tell.
All right, and you know how juicy it can get. It could be any chair. Think about any chair that you sit on. There's a story in the chair.
With authentic and transparent moments, we are bringing you the juice to you, along with our perspectives, of course.
This is what we're bringing to you every week with confidence and knowledge and nuggets that you will leave this podcast with so much inner feelingness, so much knowledge, so much power, empowerment. So tune in every week and we're going to drop the nuggets on you with special guests from time to time. So don't miss out. Join in to Transparency in the Chair.
All of the basic principles of it.
Right.
Okay.
I like that.
Yeah.
So what you want the people to know?
No, I want the people to know that they can win. They can win the money game. It's just some basic principles.
Period.
Just like you have a hairstylist and you got a lawn guy and you have a guy that does stuff at your house.
Right.
You need a money guy. You need a guy, hey, this is the person I call that helps me with my life insurance, my mutual funds, my investments. So you got a relationship. Let's meet once a year, discuss what we have, and don't be embarrassed to start.
Is there like a age that's too old to get a policy?
Oh, well, no. There are pre-need and different types of policies that are issued at any age.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can get it any time. But with that said, at some point, to me, I think a life insurance policy would be a bad investment. Because if you're going to put more money into the policy than you're going to get out of it at your death, to me, that's a bad investment.
Right.
You know,
So-
death
So at some point, it switches over
Right.
to
So,
where
okay,
you're not
so how does
benefiting.
that
Right, you
work?
should just invest the money instead of buying a policy.
Could you break that down? So let's just say I'm 65, 70, and I
Right.
said, hey, I want to get a policy for like 250,000.
Right.
Is that possible?
Yeah.
or how
I
does
think
that look?
70
It might
is
be
really,
more
you know,
expensive.
yeah. It's going to be more
expensive.
expensive. And 70 is kind of where,
It's a risk.
yeah, in the.
But
you
they
know,
insure
What?
They will.
They will, but it's
yeah.
going to be expensive. I'm just
And
speaking
then-
from experience, too.
And then your
because,
health declines, statistically
Right.
as you get older. It's just harder to
It's a
get a
risk.
good value of life insurance past 70.
Okay.
You know, you need to get it before 70. And if you're already 70, find the best value you can, but make sure you have some type of money market account, a pre-need, something going on outside of.
Okay.
Do not waste a lot of money in an insurance policy that you're not going to get back.
Speaking of, is it still a thing if you, I don't know if it's a convicted felon or something, you can't get life insurance?
No, you can get life insurance.
But wasn't it, some people in relation,
it does make it a little more challenging.
seems like you living your life on the edge, bro. I don't know.
Well, companies insure.
Or if you say if I move, say if I'm here now, right? And I say, you know what? I'm sick of America. I'm over it.
Right.
And I move out the country.
Right.
Is my policy still good?
Absolutely. So two things. One,
Yeah, come on.
insurance companies do consider your criminal history in the underwriting process.
Yes.
So if you have a violent crime, not just a
Gangbang.
felony,
Right.
yeah, you got a violent criminal history, that's going to make a difference.
Yeah.
All right. So you could have had a white collar felony. That'll give you plenty of life insurance.
Got
So that number.
Yeah.
If I'm a murderer, then I don't know.
Right, absolutely.
You out here robbing
that's
banks.
for real.
Right, and living like on the edge. I don't know.
All right. And the second thing you were just talking about was what were you asking?
If I'm
me?
going, if
Out
I
of
say
the
I'm
country,
sick of
out of
America,
country.
I'm
Yeah, that happens all the time. You know,
Right.
let's say if a person die in Jamaica or they're from whatever, their policy is valid. The insurance company hires an investigator. It's actually investigators that do that, and they go and they research and make sure it is valid. Then they pay the claim. So yeah, we've actually had that happen. People die in Mexico or they die wherever. Yeah, so
No,
that's,
but if
they're
I
good.
move, not just die there. If I
Right,
move,
if you move there,
it's okay.
If you get a policy while you're here and it's issued in force, premium is paid, and you
Right.
move your family to Jamaica
right.
and you died 20 years later in Jamaica, and
Right.
the premium policy is in force, when you die, whoever the beneficiary files a death claim, the insurance company say, where are they? They got a company over in Jamaica that's an investigator. They're going to go get to the bottom of, make sure
Okay.
that
Make
it
sure
was
wasn't no
legit,
foul
it wasn't
play.
fraud,
Okay.
wasn't shady.
Yeah.
And then if it is, they're going to pay the claim. So it takes longer because you got to go through that investigation process.
So then what? So okay. So that brings us to the next. So what are the steps? Say a loved one dies and I'm the beneficiary, what are the steps do I take to access to get the ball rolling?
Okay.
Should I,
And
should
if I
have
don't even know
already-
that I'm the beneficiary.
Oh, man, that happens.
yeah.
We have
Oh,
tons of
Yes.
unclaimed
Like, what happens with that?
benefits because we don't talk about it in our family. We got the policies in the drawer in the back room. We don't know
Absolutely.
what mama
Right.
got or grandmama got.
Right.
It's a disaster.
Right.
Right. We don't figure that out till after she's dead.
Right.
They'd have paid the bill and everything.
Right.
Yeah.
So, well, what was your question?
Okay, I was first.
Go ahead.
Sister be piggybacking on every question. I was first.
Go ahead.
Sister, what are the steps? What are the steps a loved one takes to access the money? Slow down.
Okay, so let's say when a person passes away and you are the beneficiary.
And you know. Yeah,
and
I know.
So you got to file a claim.
Okay.
And so the claims process is, you call any insurance company, for the most part, you call the 800 number, it's going to say,
Right.
if you're calling to file a claim,
Right.
press 1.
Right.
And if you're calling about anything else, it's a whole bunch of another menu.
Yes.
So filing a claim with an insurance company is pretty easy.
Okay.
Call them and say, it's going to be on that menu if you want to file a claim.
But the loved one needs to be supply them with the if something
they
happened to
gotta
me,
know.
push the red button. These were all my things. Like my
Right.
brother did. My brother, he has this little file folder in the box.
Right.
He said everything you need is in this box, and he
Right.
put it under his bed. I got a key to get in the house.
Right.
I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. So
Right.
then I then shared, okay, well, everything you need is in this safe. This
Right.
is the password.
Right.
Push the red button. Everything you need to know. I think that
Right.
saves so much heartache. So you're already trying to grieve. You're already stressed. You're sliding down the wall crying, and then you
Right.
got to go clean out the house to find the last paycheck to find it. That's
Right.
a lot on
I'm
the
not,
family.
I
So
suck.
we're just not
I'm not that
organized.
organized. I'm not.
You're not.
No. It might
And-
be. It might be in the closet. It might
Oh,
be in the
sister,
drawer.
don't have
I'm
no
trying to
tearing
get
the house
myself
up.
together. I
Yeah,
honestly
Don't have no
like,
tearing the house up looking for the red button.
I'm the girl that sit there from the cash register to the door. It's like, what happened to my receipt?
Yes.
Oh my God, that's me. You know,
Right.
and transparent.
yeah,
but-
yeah.
If you don't know that Big Mama had a policy,
Right.
let alone you're the beneficiary,
Right.
how does one? How do you?
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
how do you
find
find
it?
it?
Yes.
Well,
Gotta go
typically
through
the
the
first
check
way, I was gonna
Go
say you
through
gotta
the
find the
bills.
money. You go
gotta
through the
find
bank statements and see what's coming out of their account. Typically, if a person's not paying for something, they don't have it.
Okay.
When people say, "I got this," well, where are you paying for it? at?
Right, right.
And if you're not paying for it, then this must be a gift or something.
Right.
Right. So you gotta be organized and be able to find how the premium was paid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you need to be organized, and also too in a day we have a lot of blended families, and
Yes.
people don't keep their stuff current.
Right.
Like the beneficiary is not current. The ex-wife getting the money. And
Right,
then
right.
So how does that
it's a
work?
Or look, they never got a divorce.
Yeah.
They still on paper, they never got a divorce, so you
Yeah.
can't even make decisions.
Right.
Because he still got a wife in Connecticut.
Right.
Right.
So-
So we
Jesus.
just not organized. The ex-wife getting
But
the
then say if
money.
I
She
call
don't
her.
want to bury him. The
Yeah,
new
yeah,
wife
'cause she's
look
still
at-
mad.
Right. Oh my, yeah.
So would
all
you
of that.
say? So then, okay, I call the number and I'm like, I think there's a policy here. I'm not sure. Do you just give the person's name, or do you have to have
You-
death?
you gonna need a
what you call
policy
that?
number.
Do you need a death?
No, a
what?
policy number. You're gonna need a policy number.
You don't, or you do?
You do.
Yeah,
You
other than
do.
that, you gotta just put on your investigator. You gotta. Can I give
So-
you? Can I give you the Social Security number? Can you
Right.
look it up by the maiden name? It's just a lot of more work, but it could be found.
But then,
Right.
but not when you call in with the social birthday or something other than policy number, and they say, "Well, who are you? Who's
Right,
calling?" If
exactly.
you're not the beneficiary, that's
You
the
don't
end of
have
the
no access.
conversation.
What?
Right. Conversation is over.
Yep.
Right. So
Yep.
dang, if you don't,
Yeah,
Yeah.
so a lot of
It's a disaster.
Yeah,
So,
that blended family
Look,
life
transparent.
is
So
is
another
tough.
transparent moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Y'all gonna think I'm a criminal. Oh. Again, when my mother passed, I could get in her phone with her facial recognition.
How you do?
We had the same smile. I don't know. Look, that was number good because I was like, what? So I kept the phone on. I kept
Right.
paying her bill for another 2 months till I got all the stuff done. She did give me the information, but it was still some stuff I didn't know. So I was in her phone with my face. Yes, Mama,
Criminal.
I did. But I got in.
Mhm.
I was able to just act like my mother to get a lot of information because some stuff I didn't know. So I knew the key things. I knew the driver's license number, the Social Security number, her birthday, her address,
Yeah.
where she worked. And I mean,
Yeah.
they don't know her voice.
Right.
Right.
I'm just hello.
Yeah.
You just turn it on.
Yeah.
Yes, this is,
Yeah.
And so- but Listen, when I tell you got to be on it like within 24 hours.
Yes.
Because baby, word gets around. You know, she was popular at the post office, and then once their union finds out, they posted stuff in the break room. You got to be on it. That's all I got to say.
Right.
So I was able. You know how when you call a bill collector and they said, well, we recognize your account from your phone number. So
yes.
I was calling everybody from her phone.
Absolutely.
Because I didn't know all of the things. So that's how I was able to get a lot of stuff done. So I tell anybody, just be on it. Don't be waiting 2 weeks after. I mean, like the next day, I was like, okay, let me do this, let me do that. And I was able to get the stuff that wasn't, written out for me. I was able to tackle it from using her phone and her information.
So do you?
Nobody wants to do that.
That's rare.
She's a criminal.
It is.
I'm gonna try that.
The fact that I was able to get in her phone. The fact that I was able to get in her phone, I was like, oh, I got to keep this. And you can't change the password unless you know the previous password. So I was like, Lord, let my face be a vessel to get into this woman's phone.
Right, exactly. But do you need a death certificate in order to get the coin?
When you file a claim, that's part of the process. So you call the company and say, I want XYZ, Tommy died. So now that Tommy's dead, they go send you a claim form, or you get off their website, you send the form back in with the death certificate.
Right.
Then they review the claim, make sure there's no fraud, send you a check.
So, sometimes.
So what you saying?
Scenario. We got the scenario.
You might have a policy, which is crazy, and don't think I'm crazy. There's certain people in my life that I feel are not very responsible, that I'm like, I'm going to take a policy out on you, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So if in the event that something happens to them, I might have to go to their family and be like, hey, can I get a copy of that death certificate?
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how does that work?
You can just go to the courthouse. Anybody can go to the courthouse where the person died and get a death certificate.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah, I was able to find my great-great-grandfather's death certificate online just through public records.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can
because
look that up.
that's
You're
the
an
thing,
investigator. You're an investigator?
Yeah. Fact checker. She's a fact checker over here. Yeah. But then that's legit, though, because, and really, would you say it's important when we talked about beneficiaries? Because I did have this policy, when I was dating somebody else. And then I'm like, oh, Lord, you still on oh, no, I need to get you off the beneficiary.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because you just forget.
Update your stuff.
I don't. When any one of my kids make me mad, I switch them around.
What?
Yeah, you got to be down on the ladder now.
So then, would you say, too, do y'all set up stuff like the trust? Like, do you put the policies in the trust? Like, how does that work?
Well, let's say for middle-income families, household income less than $200.
Okay.
And they don't have all these moving parts, because there are advantages to having a trust. Everyone, regardless of your income, should have a will.
Okay.
So you can have a will and a durable power of attorney. That's basic
No,
stuff.
black people don't do wills.
Girl.
Most.
Right. I
They
mean,
should.
I ain't going to disagree.
92%.
Of us never got nothing.
92%. We know that, but 92%.
Yeah. Only 8% ever got an
Because
inheritance.
even Prince didn't have a will. Like, what?
Right.
Yeah.
He's a whole millionaire and didn't have a will.
Right. So, and that's not hard to do. You can do that. I mean, you could do that almost any attorney. I mean, you can just Google it and have a will done in a week.
Yeah.
That's easy. So for middle-income families, I think a will would be enough.
Okay.
Setting up a trust, there are some advantages, and it depends on all these other factors and your assets and liabilities and all that kind of stuff. But for the average middle-income family that needs an emergency fund, an IRA, a term life insurance policy, a 529 plan for their kids, they only got $100, $200, $300, $400 to put into this stuff anyway. Yeah. What are you going to do? You ain't got to, what? I mean, all this, just not get too fancy.
So so let's just say, what would trump the deal? I have my insurance with you. I put down these beneficiaries because my kids wasn't making me mad and my husband wasn't making me mad. Whatever, right?
Yeah.
I put that up, but then I forgot who my beneficiary was, and my will is saying something else, like he not getting nothing, or the kid ain't getting nothing, or whatever.
They didn't all piss you off.
Yeah, everybody done made me mad. I'm about to donate it to the cat. So then, how would that work?
You want to know
what
the supersedes?
would the insurance policy still stand as the beneficiaries that I had?
In my experience, we're gonna pay whoever the beneficiary is on the policy.
Forget the will.
Right. So, but don't hold me to that. It may be some other factors that could come into play, because people contest wills. There's other party gets an attorney, and they got to go to court and all that stuff. So there are some moving parts. So yeah, we can keeping it simple. Make sure your stuff is straight. It's current.
Get my paperwork.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get it in order.
Yes.
And there's nothing wrong, talking about that. I know some people, especially in the black community, I ain't going nowhere. We ain't talk about that right now.
Right.
Right.
It could be
tomorrow,
today.
I promise.
It could be
And
today.
so once I get my policy, right, I get my policy today. heaven forbid I demise a week from now.
Right.
Is it viable?
Well,
or
that's
how
a,
does,
that's
you know,
a
like
great,
Which
that's
one
a
is
great
viable,
question,
right? It's
right?
which one?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I was saying earlier, you're one bad doctor's appointment from being uninsurable.
Right.
So there are types of life insurance that do have a 2-year waiting period if you do have pre-existing conditions. So if you get the policy on Monday, you're down Tuesday, they're going to send you your $50 back.
Oh, right.
So
We
that's
know
it.
that, yeah.
But if a person has a policy with one like with us, where you actually went through underwriting, the policy was issued, and you cover from the date of the application. And so, you apply on Monday, down Tuesday, and we're going to send your family a check.
Period.
Yeah.
So
So
what
there's a
makes
lot
it-
of people have like pre-need or burl insurance, but they're young and healthy. They shouldn't even shouldn't even put money there.
But if I get the policy that's like the 100,000, whatever, they'll just give me.
Right.
They're gonna honor that or what?
The company you see advertised on TV, no underwriting, no medical questions, guaranteed issue. No, it's at the bottom of the screen it says 2-year waiting period. So now you die within 2 years, they're gonna send your money back. And after 2 years, in most cases, you're gonna end up putting more money in the policy than you're gonna get out of it. Those policies are not right. Yeah.
Ooh.
All right. So in essence, somebody could start off with as little as $25.
Yes.
Depending on the age and the
And
health and all of that.
$15 for a term
$15
policy, life
for a term.
insurance.
Mm-hmm.
We need to get our affairs in order. Sit down with somebody. Make sure you tell them what a red. I always say the red button.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because I told my brother that too. Because he's self-employed. I said, just tell me what a red button. I want to tear your house up looking for your stuff. Because I will.
Mhm.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay. So tell your family what a red button is.
Mhm.
Get
Passwords.
organized.
Passwords and
Yes.
passcodes and such.
Yes.
Right.
Mhm.
Get organized,
Yes.
sister.
Mhm.
Get organized,
Yeah.
sister.
Automatic.
No,
Get
you know
organized.
Make it
what?
automatic.
Because, no, you know what? Funny enough, sometimes God sends you signs and wonders. Because then now I have a client that's like, hey, you can put all your stuff digital.
Yes.
Mhm.
can.
You don't even have to have the paperwork anymore. You can just get with some a company
Mhm.
and then say, hey, this is this. Here's my
Mhm.
policy, and it does digitalize everything.
Yes.
And then you give somebody a
Yes.
password, and
Right.
then boom,
And then, sister,
Right.
let me give
Yeah.
you this. Let me give you this.
give it to me.
for your receipts. Make you an email that says kwinshopping@gmail.com. And whenever they ask for the receipt, you want to print out an email? Say, I'm going to email it. And just send it to that one email. And all of your shopping
Girl.
receipts will be in that email.
That's
Oh,
legit.
Listen to that.
That's legit. Because let me tell you
I
something.
need to do that.
When they send
welcome.
no, because when you get an email, they're like, I'll email it to you. You're gonna lose it. I get a gazillion emails a
Absolutely.
day. So then
make
I'm
you-
like, I'm not gonna remember all that.
So
I'm
make
just-
you a
I'm
whole
just
new
like that.
account.
Yeah.
K went shopping or K fill in the bag
At gmail.com.
whatever you want to call it.
Love it.
Voluntilifile.com. Whatever.
Right.
Whatever.
Or here go.
Yeah.
All my
And then when you
Got
frequent
it.
the same places, your email auto populates because you've been
Yes.
there before. So I made @gmail.com. All
I
of my
love it.
shopping receipts.
Y'all hear
are
that?
there.
Okay.
You're
Y'all hear
welcome.
that? That's a good hack
Yeah.
right there.
Since you're going
Yeah.
digital anyway, and then you said yourself you're gonna lose it by the time you get to the car.
Absolutely.
Just say, I'll take an email, please.
Right.
Yeah.
So Chris,
Yes.
you're amazing.
Oh,
We
got
need
it.
your information because
Knowledge is
people probably
power.
have a million questions now and they need to get started.
Yes. Well, I mean, our website, Chris Durham and Associates.com. Chris Durham, ChrisDurham,
Man,
Associates.
No, see, no.
I'm gonna put it on
Someone
the
say
screen.
it slow?
I'll put it on the screen.
Put it on the screen.
I'll put it on the
Chris
screen.
one of
Oh,
you
yeah.
like,
Put it up
you be
there.
like, what's
Okay,
your
okay.
phone number? It's 822 whatever. And they be like, what?
What's your social?
So let's do it a little slower.
Chris
number.
Durham Associates, and all the socials.
Okay.
Chris Durham, and our team name, our marketing for our insurance group is Team Invincible. So if it's
Love it.
Chris Durham Team Invincible, it'll come up anywhere. YouTube,
Okay.
it's all over.
Okay.
So
you
we're not
don't
hard to
just
find at
do-
all.
Okay.
So you don't just do policies, you also help people invest into
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
making the bag.
Absolutely, that's the main point. I'm way more excited about what my family's gonna get, what we can enjoy together while I'm living versus what you're gonna get when I'm dead.
Right,
So
period.
most people should be thinking that way too. So life
Yeah.
insurance is just a necessity. We need to hurry up and just get that straight.
Right.
And build this portfolio. We got to have some income coming in.
That's
We
right.
need some
Right.
stocks,
I don't
mutual
want my
funds,
people struggling.
IRAs, real estate. We need to have some
Yeah.
income to live
I
off
was hearing a
of.
little thing on TV the other day, but I'm not. Let me see if I can articulate it in the sense of when you put something in an IRA, you might
Right.
get the 5% or the CDs or whatever they're talking about, 5% for a year or two or whatever.
Right.
And some people were saying, no, that's not the best thing to do versus you putting it in more of a insurance policy
Well,
and you
no,
get
no,
more.
well, I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Doing that is extremely popular. They got tons of marketing videos that make it sound like it's the best thing since
Right,
like
right, right.
ice cream on the 4th of July.
Yeah.
But absolutely no. So let's say, what about bypass the middleman? Right. So let's say it's one stock market, one Wall Street. If you buy mutual funds, you go through Fidelity or Schwab or T. Rowe Price, Invesco or whoever. That's where your money's going to go end up.
Mm-hmm.
So the insurance company is saying, well, go through me and you can buy something like a mutual fund. Well, why would y'all do that? Can I just buy the mutual fund?
Right.
And they give you a list of all these reasons why you should go through them.
Right,
But no list of the disadvantages of going through them. So let's not do that. Just keep it simple. Let's not get too fancy.
Okay.
Get a Roth IRA, funded with mutual funds, not the bank IRA. You know, the bank IRA is a savings account. Well, let's say.
So that's what I was saying. They would like go through your bank, like, oh, go through what? Because they write me all the time. You know, Capital One, you know, all of them are like, hey, we got 5% right now if you put this money in. You know, keep it in for a year. You know, you're going to get 5% or whatever. And I'm like, oh.
No.
So for me, I'm like, okay, well, let me do that then. But
you should have statements coming from Fidelity, Invesco, American Funds, American Century, T. Rowe Price, Vanguard. It's thousands of money managers that you can have an account with that are great service, great track record, great all around, 100 years of experience.
Right.
You should have an automatic account to these places, building portfolio assets that you could have access to and not do that other stuff. Bypass them.
Okay, bypass them. Get my money back.
And call Chris.
Look, give me
call Chris.
Get my money back.
Well, I enjoyed this one.
Yes.
Get the money together.
Get the bag together. I hope y'all enjoyed this and y'all got some nuggets from it. It goes deeper than that. We can't cover everything in this time.
Yes.
But I definitely encourage y'all to get with Chris so he can definitely give you more information on how to work your money for retirement.
How to prepare for the future.
Security. Because I'm tired of the chicken dinners and
And
GoFundMe.
the GoFundMe.
I'm over it.
We're sick of it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for the opportunity. I
Absolutely.
had fun with
Absolutely.
the investigator.
Yes.
Magnum PI.
Right. Yes.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Right?
too. In
Yeah,
the chat.
comments. Yeah, let us know if you have any more questions, and we'll shoot them over to Chris, and then you have his information too.
Yes.
Awesome.
All right. So it's been a blast.
It's been a great high five. on
Until
that.
next time.
Until next time. All right.
See you when we see you.
Yes.
If you want to be on the show or you have a show idea, email us at transparencyinthechair@outlook.com, or you can visit our website at transparencyinthechair.hair. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok, but watch our full episodes on YouTube. Transparency in the Chair, y'all. Let's get transparent.
I let the music take you anywhere like tide. Cause it's me they calling the real loco. Mass play when I on the flow. Calvin over and touch the toe. Everybody don't know the flow. Party turn up and turn over. Over and over, over.